Hello and welcome to this message. My name is Ryland and I'm going to be giving you an intuitive reading today. Today's message feels powerful, and I am definitely speaking to a group of warriors. Very strong people. I pulled some cards in front of me, so we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to try to read this the best I can. We're just going to flow, see what comes. I often get a lot of signs and synchronicities within my readings as well, so we'll be paying attention to those as well. So the first card I pulled for you when I asked, what does this collective need, is the Peacock from the Animal Spirit deck. The Peacock. And on the bottom of the deck was the Swan. Birds. Birds are usually indicative to me of grace, of elegance. There's a certain way that birds are able to move through life in which they are able to see above the muck. They're able to see above some of the messier, more focused in details of life. They have a bigger picture. Their ability to fly through the air. With Peacock in this deck, Peacock is about being able to digest situations fully and easily in the moment. So a very strong solar plexus, a very strong digestion, a very strong fire element within the self. A confidence, a knowing of who one is. Peacocks are very beautiful. They have a display of beautiful, colorful feathers that are used to attract. So you could be very attractive. You're all attractive. But the reason you're attractive is not even necessarily because of your external experience, I was going to say. It's not just because of your external experience, interesting, or appearance, but because of your confidence, that element of fire within you. It's not a fake confidence either. It's not a fake confidence in which you are second guessing yourself or feeling insecure and projecting things. It's a genuine ability to face reality with humility and with honor and to digest experience. This is what makes you a warrior as well. Your ability to move through life with this fire and with this ability to transform. Right? So many people get stuck holding on to things, or someone says something to you and you're like holding on to it for the rest of the day, thinking about it, playing it on your mind. You know, you just feel these insecurities, and it's like almost going out into the world is very triggering for some people, for a lot of people, especially now with how much information and media we have going on. Everything's triggering. But for the Peacock, nothing is triggering because you've learned how to digest these situations, which is very advanced. And the Swan tells me that you've done a lot of this on your own. You are like a lone, you are very graceful in your ability to do this as well. You have a very mystical elegance to you, I think. And this is very noticeable. You're very creative. And you use this ability to digest and move through life in a very creative way. You spend a lot of time alone, I'm getting. But you're not lonely, right? You are alone, but you're not lonely. And this is the best place you can get to, because your own company is your favorite place to be. And this is also your magic. You're able to create. Oh, my hands are going now. Here we go. The channel's coming. You are highly creative. And this ability to digest and move through life only serves for you to create bigger and better, more genius things. People may have thought you were strange for spending time alone. But they're the strange ones. People who can't spend time alone are strange, because to spend time by yourself and to be comfortable with yourself is the most natural thing in the world. It's just not natural in our world. But you don't care because, again, you're the peacock. You attract what you need regardless of what people think, and that's a beautiful thing. I pulled Passion Ignited for you, for who you are. Again, this fire of the heart, and a surrender to it as well. You see how she's surrendering to her own fire. She knows how powerful she is. Ace of Wands. She knows she can bring anything into existence with this spark. This spark is infinite. The potential is endless. This is you. You are in this position right now. You're holding this frequency, and you don't even have to hold it because it is you. It's that you're allowing it. For your opportunity, it's still stuck to the table. I pulled Temptation, the devil. Interesting here how he's wielding this ball of magic behind him. Probably dark magic. Or, because it's light, that could be you. Now, what's interesting about this card is that when I shuffled it and pulled it out, there was a little condensation on this glass table here in front of me from my iced coffee was sitting there before I did this reading, and it fell and got stuck on this condensation, and it took me a minute to pry it off. So I think your opportunity is you're prying away this devil energy, or some kind of devil energy, whether it's within yourself or whether it's coming from outside yourself. I mean, listen, as within, so without. So oftentimes the external reflection of devil energy in people and situations around us is a reflection of our own devil energy. But you're transmuting it. So yes, the devil has had you, maybe. This temptation has had you in the palm of its hand, suppressed, caged down, imprisoned, but your opportunity is to burn through this, to burn this away, to let go of this. Within yourself first, and any external situations that are making you feel as if you're trapped as well will burn away, will dissipate. Or your own, how do I explain this? Your own flow, the energy and the parts of you free up from healing your own devil energy will naturally express themselves to remove this temptation and blockage and devil energy that is in your external as well. Before this reading, I was journaling and listening to songs, just some pop music, and I was asking for messages. The first message that came through the first song was My Kink is Karma by Chappell Roan. My kink is karma. So some of you could be dealing with karmic situations right now. I'm getting that a lot in the collective. I'm dealing with a very karmic situation right now. So as the reader, that's my experience obviously is influencing this, but again, I'm speaking to a collective of people that's resonating with this as well. My kink is karma. In the karmic cycle, devil, karma, just the constant wheel of being stuck in these sort of lower emotions and lower back and forth conflicts with others. War is a very relevant theme right now in the world as of today, and has been, but specifically as of today, June 22nd. These wars on global scales and on individual scales are karmic in nature. They're a reflection of karma just going back and forth. Cause and effect, that's what karma is. It's cause and effect. It's taking actions that have consequences just over and over again. And whatever frequency, whatever emotion that action came from is what the consequence resonates at as well. And just on and on and on, back and forth. You have an opportunity to really clean up or walk away from or transmute a karmic cycle. A big one, the end of one. The end of a war is what I'm hearing. How do we do this? My kink is karma. In that song, she's talking about how she has an ex, and she just, her kink, she finds pleasure in watching him go through with his karma, obviously, for what he did to her. I kind of want to pull another card for this. Yeah, sometimes we can become obsessed with this need for justice or vengeance or retribution to the point that it can become like a kink for us. It can become something that is a charge, and that's part of the karma, right? Is this need for karma to be served. We have to be careful sometimes. Because love at the heart center, when we sink deeply into true connection and love and interconnectedness, and when we're able to step back and see things from a higher perspective, we recognize that these karmic cycles are only happening because there's deep pain and deep unconsciousness. And we remove ourselves from these cycles not by continuing to perpetuate the cycle, not by constantly trying to do the back and forth, or even trying to serve justice, but by allowing whatever is to be served through us, right? And sometimes that can be justice. Sometimes justice can be served through us, but we have to remove our ego from the equation. So how can we do this? Okay. Ha! Chamomile, inner peace. I didn't even have to ask the question. And there's deer, 2 deer on this card, and there's a deer on the video in front of me as well. Deer can be a significant spirit animal for you as well. Again, that grace, that motherly, healing, gentle, passive in a good way kind of energy. Inner peace. And guardian, Palo Santo on the bottom of the deck. Guardian. Chamomile and Palo Santo, those could be significant herbal guides for you now. Maybe you want to make a chamomile tea. Inner peace, yeah. Finding inner peace and focusing on your peace is what is going to clean up this devil energy and clean up this karmic cycle. Whatever peace means for you. Sometimes we can find peace in taking action. Sometimes we find peace in stepping away. Sometimes we find peace in rest. Sometimes we find peace in letting something go, even if we were attached to it, even if on the surface it seems unjustified. You break the cycle. It's your choice. You break the cycle by choosing peace, choosing forgiveness. And when I say forgiveness, I don't mean you have to let these people or this situation back into your life ever again. These people could be people who you don't even want to ever speak to again. But forgiving them within your own heart, forgiving the situation within your own heart so you can let it go and you can move on. That's power. That's strength. And that leads me into the cards I pulled for your challenge here. I pulled 4 cards. They fell on the floor, so they're significant. Spiritual strength, intuition, material and spiritual prosperity, and the base chakra or the root chakra. Oh, it looks like it's gonna fall out of my pinky. It's like hanging on by a thread. Clearing my throat here. Something about communicating could also be part of the challenge. The challenge here is for you to maintain your center. Yeah, I'm speaking to warriors. I'm speaking to people who are very used to fighting, to pushing forward, to facing challenges, and really big challenges. Challenges that could have seeked to destabilize you, to throw you off. Challenges that have taken a lot of courage and a lot of energy to face. But this has helped you to ascend. You've ascended through facing these challenges, through pushing through this debris, through being the phoenix rising, through using this passion, this fire, the peacock, digesting. This is how you've learned to digest these situations. This is how you've learned to be in a flow, to be a warrior. I want to take a sip of coffee. Caffeine, coffee. You've really had to pull up like a lot of energy to push forward, to be awake, to be focused, to be strong. And interestingly, because you've been so focused on doing this and being so strong, I'm getting an interesting message here. It's sort of like, I think your core, there was maybe a time in your life you weren't so strong. You weren't so strong. Maybe you were used to just letting people take the lead. You were used to letting people tell you what to do. You were used to just letting people walk all over you. And this cycle has forced you to say, never again will I allow that to happen. And what might be happening is you cycle between courage and weakness, or courage and fear, where you go through these cycles where you're really strong and brave and courageous for a time, and then you might second guess yourself or doubt yourself because you're not used to this. You've learned that this is unsafe. You've learned that people may try to take this part of you. They may try to attack you for this part of you. And so you may also face cycles where you think, oh, I need to just give up. I need to just fall back, retreat. And that is important as well. But I think the challenge here is maintaining and understanding your spiritual strength in this, right? Not giving up, even if external situations look a certain way. Don't give up on who you've become in this. Don't let external circumstances determine who you are inside and how far you've come. Don't let the devil get ya. The devil meaning just any forces in life that seek to delude you, that pull you back into the illusion of something you're not. Tapping my chest a lot. That could be something that's significant for you. We have a lot of energy points in our chest, our heart chakra. Tapping the chest can help to activate, move this energy. The heart is also where our true courage, our true path, our true soul lives. Yeah, this part of the reading, interestingly, I feel like I'm being pushed down. Like there's something to really push through. Like I'm pushing a boulder, my solar plexus. It's like, ooh, I really want to have to push through this part. Yeah, there might be something you're going through that you feel you need to push through here. And with this karma, this karmic wheel, it's like, yeah, okay. What I'm getting is this inner peace. I'm getting two split like I'm getting a split here in the energy. This inner peace, it's like you're cycling back and forth between this meaning, okay, time to rest and step back, Or am I gonna find peace from speaking up and standing up for myself? As warriors, some of you are meant to find peace in that role. Some of you are meant to find peace in the fact that you are just this strong, dominating force, and that is peace to you. And you may just not know it yet because you may be so used to having avoided this role, again, because it's come with a lot of challenges, trauma, pain. But the challenges, trauma, and pain are not because of being the warrior and embodying the warrior. It's because of not embodying it. It's because of letting yourself, and I don't even know if I like the word letting yourself, it's because of being pushed into situations in your life where you can't be that warrior. You can't have autonomy and power and sovereignty over who you are. And that's painful. That's so painful and uncomfortable. And a lot of inner turmoil comes from that. This is where life can look like, it's slow, and you might look like, you're resting. You might look like not much is going on, and that, you should feel rested, you should feel peaceful, but it's not peaceful, because the peace truly comes from you embodying this strength and this warrior and being a leader and being a teacher. The challenge is you embodying that, having that firm root chakra, that firm root, owning that you deserve material and spiritual prosperity, and you've already created it, protecting that part of you, following your intuition, continuing to center back into it, not allowing other emotions like fear or doubt or insecurity, shame, guilt, like all these lower emotions, not allowing those to knock you off course, to maintain spiritual strength here. Not to allow this devil, this obsession with retribution or karma being served to cloud the greater vision, to cloud the greater purpose for your life. This is big. This is big. You have a big purpose as this warrior, and this situation you're dealing with, this karmic situation, is like nothing in the grand scheme of who you are and what you're meant to do here. This karmic situation was only meant to be like an initiation to teach you how to get to this point, and you navigating this karma, you being in the grip of the devil and making your way through the challenges and tribulations and gauntlet of this has been like the test, the strength test, the resistance training. And you've maintained that light. You never let yourself become like that energy. You never allowed yourself to become like the people or the situations who treated you poorly. That's part of breaking the karmic cycle too. You never gave in to that whole, match their energy vibe. I hate that shit. Sorry, that got intense. I hate that thing, that match their energy. No, we don't match people's energy. We don't allow ourselves to become what those people are doing if it's not who we really are. We don't allow ourselves to match the energy. We choose consciously. I choose this energy. I choose a higher energy. I choose a different path. I choose a higher path. I choose a path more in alignment with my authentic self. And that's what you've done here. That's what you have done to transmute and to move through this like devil's gauntlet, to move through hell, to move through the hellish realms. I'm not speaking to weak people here. The Morrigan could be significant for you. Look into her, the Morrigan. I heard Quan Lin earlier as well. Your purpose is so much bigger here. And I think it's time for you to turn away from this karmic situation. You have transmuted this energy, and the only thing this situation serves to do now is to tempt you back into the cycle for another round. That's what karmic cycles do. They tempt you to fall back in line, to put you in your place. But that's not your place anymore. You're ready. Show spirit you're ready. Show yourself you're ready to move past this, to say, you know what? I'm finished with this version of myself. I'm finished with who that was. I'm finished with how I was treated. I'm finished with that entire reality. And I'm ready to take agency over my life. I'm ready to take agency over this situation, to have authority over this situation. Because we all have authority over our own realities, right? It's too easy to fall back into victim mode. It's too easy to give your power away to others now. Now is the time. Use the lessons you've learned from this cycle to be firm, to be strong, to be a warrior. I think of Avatar Kyoshi. If you watch Avatar, The Last Airbender, Avatar Kyoshi, Avatar Roku as well, just any of the avatars, when they are in the avatar state, when they are fully realized, that's you. You have that wisdom of your lineage, of your ancestors, of your past lives, of your soul, of your DNA. You have the ability to be that powerful and to stand for something so much greater than yourself. Be of service to something greater is something I wrote in my journal before this as well. You don't have time for this. You don't have time for this. Let the people and situations who are still in this place stay there. They're gonna stay there. They're not going to leave. They're not going to give you what you want. You're not going to find what you need here in this situation. That's the opportunity. The opportunity is to walk away, transmute it. No, I have conquered this. I have power over this now. You've seen the shadows, you've seen the darkness, you've transmuted so much of it. Not to say that there won't be more, or that there won't be other cycles, but you're ready for something bigger, greater. All right, Spirit, do you have any closing messages for this collective? Any parting advice, any parting wisdom? This is a good reading. This feels very clear. It feels very it's not murky. It's not ambivalent. It's not ambiguous. You know who you are now. You know what needs to be done. Even if you think you don't, even if your mind convinces you you don't, your inner being knows. Trapped in fear, yeah. Let go of fear. I made a message yesterday about this cage. And heart chakra on the bottom. Yeah, follow your heart and patience. Yeah. This is you, heart chakra and patience. Okay? Follow your heart and have patience, have temperance. This is who you are. Life is not a rush. Nothing is a rush. If you feel you need to rush or you need to do something, you have this anxiety, that's your ego, very used to trying to protect itself. But your heart knows, your heart's wisdom knows there are infinite paths here. There are infinite ways out. There are infinite ways out of this. You just have to step into the perspective that there are ways out of this. I love this idea here, this example in physics, that if you shine a light on a cylinder, if you have a cylinder, the shape of a cylinder, right? And you shine a light on the circular end and look at what that shadow looks like that's cast, it's gonna look like a circle. But if you turned the light the other way and shone it on the side of the cylinder, the shadow that's cast would look like a rectangle. And if you asked two people to look at this same cylinder, but just based on its shadow, like One would say, oh, it's a rectangle. The other would say, oh, it's a circle. Well, no, it's a cylinder. And the potential of that cylinder is that it can be a circle or it can be a rectangle when the light is cast on it a certain way. Do you get what I'm getting at? Everything in life is perspective. Something can be so many things. There can be so many potentials, so many timelines, so many ways out, if we're willing to look at it that way. If we're willing to look at it the way that embodies freedom. If we're willing to look at it from a perspective of freedom, of empowerment. Because if we're looking at the situation from a perspective of being trapped, of being stuck, of not being able to move forward, of us being disempowered, people having power over us, then of course we're going to stay there. But like in my reading yesterday, the cage is only in your mind. You create the cage with your mind. The cage is not really there, it's an illusion. Hate to break it to you, but all of reality is kind of an illusion, in a way. Everything we're seeing here, it's not quite what it seems in higher dimensions. So use that knowledge, use that higher dimensional wisdom to change the narrative, change the perspective, and walk out. The door is open. You just have to have the courage to walk out and to override that survival brain, to override the codes, if you will. Trust in your heart and have patience. Your heart knows all is well. It's safe, and I have much bigger things to do in this life. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I love you all lots, and I will see you next time. Take care.